Uprising with Joeypals. How are you, Joey?
Doing great, yourself?
Doing pretty great in this graveyard shift. So, it's on you. Just go whenever you're ready.
Alright. Before I get everything started, I want to give one more hand to Deln. He applied for his game for 3 years straight, did an awesome job, so a round of applause for him. Today we're going to be speedrunning Kid Icarus Uprising Medusa % old file, and what that means is basically an old save file with the Medusa % category. So we're doing chapters 1 through chapter 9. Kind of similar to how we did boss battle back in Austin, Texas, but with chapters instead of bosses. For the weapon, we are doing Beam Claws here. The Beam Claws has some pretty strong petrification here. You got some speed, very important considering, you know, speed run. Stamina to help out with running. Forward dash continuous fire, that's going to be our strongest attack. Basically, you run forward, press a fire button, and you'll do like 3 little shots. And then Imperial attack boost, so when your health is very, very low, that'll kick in and make your attacks a lot stronger. So we're killing enemies fast, and we're running very quick. On top of that, our powers, pretty simple board. We just got lightweight, which will help us run even faster. Trade-off to kill off the bosses even faster, and then just in case, health recovery. Alright. So time will start as soon as I hit move out here. I do have chat open on my phone, so if you are in chat, I do see you. Hello. Alright, and with a little bit of French I know, here we go. 3, 2, 1, allons-y.
Sorry to keep you waiting. It's been too long, Lady Palutena.
We can chat later, Pit, but now it's time to fight. The Underworld army's invaded.
Whoa, you weren't kidding.
I'm not gonna lie, I could do this entire game's... Well, not this entire game's, but most of the game's dialogue just off the top of my head. Good morning, Jekko. How are you doing?
These are Underworld troops. Are you
Yes,
saying Medusa's
Act
been
1 only.
Resurrected, yes. Though the goddess of darkness was defeated long ago, she's back now. And as the goddess of light, it's my duty to protect
Good.
humanity.
Glad you're doing good, buddy.
You worry too much.
And here's Medusa, everyone.
Medusa!
Hello there, Pit. And you too, Palutena. Here to crash my homecoming party?
This really doesn't look like much of a party.
I think it's pretty festive.
Better way to celebrate my return than with a festive little bloodbath. After all, I have been gone for 25 years.
True in Japan, not everywhere
They're moving
else.
their attack to the ground.
Long story short, with the Kid Icarus series, there were 3 games. There's the classic that everyone knows on the NES. Then there was a game for the Game Boy that only was released in the US and Europe.
Power of flight is my
And then there's Uprising.
I'll control your routes, you can focus on battle. But I can only maintain this power for 5 minutes at a time. After that, your wings will burn up and you'll fall.
You have no idea how embarrassing it is to be an angel who can't fly on his own. So thanks for your help. Without you, I'd be finished.
Medusa as a Palutena Echo Fighter for Smash Ultimate. I would love either Palutena or Hades. Both of those would be fun. I'm also partial to Magnus and Phosphora. Well, thanks, Black. Thank you.
You can adjust the feeling of depth using the 3D slider on the right.
No one needs a 3D slider. No one.
Your destination should be coming into view now.
Now they're attacking the town? This isn't right.
The people need your help. I'd better get you over there.
Alright.
Do you hear that? Do you hear the people's cheers? They're celebrating the return of the goddess Palutena.
Despite the Underworld invasion, the people haven't lost hope. It's our duty to protect them. Prepare for land battle, Pit.
So this ground section. This is the part where I actually need to pay attention to the game and not so much chat. With this chapter,
First things first.
you're not really gonna see it.
Looks like you've got the hang of things.
Because it's literally just one lightweight, just straight up these stairs and into that little door right there. Difficulty right now is on 0.0. It's just easiest to take out the bosses that way.
Victory is mine!
Excellent job, Pit.
Bye, Twin Bellows. Hope you had a nice 2 seconds of life there. And straight into Chapter 2.
And we're off!
Oh yeah, I could tell you the story of a game, Stinger. Basically, Kid Icarus Uprising is set 25 years after the original Kid Icarus. Medusa is back in power, and it is up to Palutena and Pit to stop her. Along the way, she has her old bosses in Twin Bellows, Hedra, and Pandora, a couple new bosses, and a lot more options as well.
So what you're saying is we need a brave hero to face the Dark Lord?
I suppose it is an old story.
Gino would be cool in
But
Smash.
don't forget, this is the underworld army we're dealing with. And anybody with the title Dark Lord won't be some low-level minion.
So what are we talking? Mini-boss? Final boss?
Well, whatever. I hope this Dark Lord's hungry for a hot plate of punishment. And thunder. Yeah, there we go.
Is this lightning coming from the underworld army?
Where else would it be coming from?
How about natural weather phenomenon, Lady
Sounds
Palutena?
pretty obvious.
If you don't watch out, we'll be having barbecued angel tonight. And those spicy angel wings sound tasty. I'd best get you out of there.
Plus, chicken is much more economical!
Not gonna lie, I would really love some chicken right now. I had some on the way up
We still
here.
have to watch out for fire from underworld
Had a
armies.
little layover in New York, so I had some Wendy's. Good ass time. As for Spicy Angels themselves, we say that for a little place called 4chan and DeviantArt.
How in the world would the human army make it across these mountains by foot?
How about hiking?
Do I detect a note of smugness in your voice?
No. I'm just really happy I can fly.
Angels shouldn't glow, Pit.
What I meant to say is that I'm eternally grateful for your help.
You better be, Pit. You better be.
Let's make our way underground. It's not the most cheerful place, is it?
I think it's colorful
Baddies
enough.
seem to like it.
I suppose it makes sense they feel at home underground.
It'd be like living in a basement.
What we just picked up was an item called Happy Trigger. It's just a nice little item that lets me do constant turn shots.
Take in the sights and destroy some monsters.
There's an accomplishment for it. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the Lowland Whalmer.
Let me at him.
I'll control your flight path so you don't run into anything. Just focus on shooting and dodging.
Got it.
I really don't think I need to do anything, Palutena, but thank you. But yeah, the game itself is set chapter by chapter, Mega. Like, for example, you could do chapter 1 on 2.0, and then the very next chapter you could do on, say, 5 or 7 or 0. It's really all about what you want to do.
It's fun, right?
That's right, just hurl Pit up towards G-Force the movie. Yeah! Take that, wall!
Look,
The people will never defeat Gallo with the underworld forces in their way.
Just execution.
humans are taking a beating. They need our help.
Nothing ever way of glitches. It's more about having a good weapon.
Remember how long
Like,
the
for
power
example, clubs and staffs. Those aren't really built for this type of run. But claws, palms, those sort of things would be really, really nice.
We have to go straight for Gallo.
Even an arm if you have a good arm.
I'll take you into the castle. From there, it's up to you to face the Dark Lord. His defeat will force the underworld army into retreat.
Roger. Get ready for a display of raw angel power.
Alright, so this place goes a little longer, as you can tell. It's not just a town, we are now in a castle. loading screen. And first thing you see is this switch right here.
So
Gotta hit
this is
that.
Dark Lord's castle.
And down in here.
He must have scrambled to build it
There's
after
gonna be
Medusa's
2 more
resurrection.
switches. Gonna
He's
run up
using
on this
castle
side.
as a stronghold for underworld
Hit
monsters.
that.
Monsters designed to wreak havoc and sow sadness. Are
Tap
you
lightweight,
excited?
and let's go.
Yeah. Looks like a burnt.
I'm sensing treasure somewhere to your left.
How do you know that?
From the heavens, I can see through your laurel crown to divine your surrounding. I think you should help me.
And now we got a little
The
enemy
Underworld Army
blitz.
itself. And survive it. Are you sure this guy is really a human?
Absolutely.
You have a private conversation with yourself, Angel Face.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I'm Pit, servant of the goddess Palatena. I'm here to defeat Dark Lord Gao.
So, you're here for a slice of the pie?
Leave it
too?
alone, Magnus.
Hi. Where? I mean,
Okay, that's fine.
I'm here to defend humans from the brutality of the Underworld Army.
Let's go.
Sure, you're the angel here. But me, I'm in it for the reward, buddy. Since we both want to take down Gao, how about we work together?
And here's more enemies.
What have you got to lose? It'll be easier on both of us.
Lady Palatena, what do you think?
He makes a compelling argument.
All right then. Resuming mission Dark Lord suppression.
I'm Magnus, man. Pleased to meet you. Don't hit me.
Magnus sure is strong.
Yes, especially for a
We're due
human.
for Kid Icarus on the Switch. Yes. What I'd like to see is 3D platforming sections and free-flying sections.
Humans are driven
That'd
by
be
his
dope.
It's convenient to
Not
know
just
what
on
they
rail
go to.
sections and shooting
Kinda
sections.
cold, but it makes sense.
I feel that. I feel that. And here comes Dark Lord Gao. Bye!
Nice work, Angel Face.
The little lore behind Dark Lord Gal is she was a female mercenary that worked alongside Magnus, and she got captured, got brainwashed, and is now working for the Underworld Army. And that's pretty much all there is to her.
Hurry, Pit!
What's the matter?
Medusa has brought the fight to our realm. Her forces are invading Skyworld.
She must be getting back at us for taking down Dark Lord Gao.
Medusa's venom knows no bounds, but I know you can stop her underworld army.
You sure have a lot of faith in me, Lady Palatena.
She kind of has to. The rest of our army is made up of Centurions, and we're not exactly the most sturdy.
With a large group of enemies, you can use a special attack. Just tap a blue circle on the touchscreen to launch it. It'll take out enemy fire, too.
She basically wants me to do this. I really don't need to, considering I have Beam Claws. Oh, right. The nice thing about these Beam Claws is the fact that they have constant continuous fire. So all I need to do is press down L, and they just sit and shoot for a very long time. Swiftly in 3, 2, 1.
There's just one thing you should know. Their commander is Hudraw.
Hudra? Like this guy?
And speak of the devil, there he is.
He can fly?
I think the only one who can't fly by himself is you.
Ouch. That's harsh.
Don't self-pit. It's undignified. But you're right. Attacking the leader is a good plan.
Let's do it.
Let's do it indeed. Alright, just some more enemies that we'll have to kill off. In Fury, I don't really have to kill any of these, but I figure it's better than me just having Pit stay completely still and flying around, right? And now it's time for some of my favorite dialogue. Enjoy.
Hello there.
It's snack time. What a tender little morsel.
I am not a piece of meat.
What did you say? Technically, you are.
Come a little closer.
Get ready, because it's time for...
We're like an old married couple. It's beautiful.
Leave what I do. You knock it off. Let everyone just shut it. Did I mention I'm starving?
This is never going to end. Just go ahead and attack.
Let's do a special. That wasn't nice.
The other heads. You have no.
I have no what? I'm sorry, you didn't finish your sentence. I have no what? Uh-oh, you're just rage quitting the server?
that's
Okay, bye.
Not so fast. Hudraw heads can live without a body. You better follow them.
Of course they can.
The underworld forces are retreating.
Mission
And here's some more enemies. May think I got them all, but here's some more.
Let's hurry.
We just hit special. And then there's gonna be this guy. Boom. Done, done. And now it's another town. Who would have thought? This one's a little more intricate than Chapter 1, though.
I don't see the huge raw heads anywhere. Where'd they go?
Don't lose your head too, Pit. Let's check the town.
And in we go.
Yeah!
Alright, so first thing that we're going to want to do is use a lightweight. Because there's only 2 major ground sections. So may as well just use both of them at those times, right? Let's go.
The people have all gone into hiding.
Dash to the left,
But where
head
did
around
the
this
huge raw
wall.
heads go?
They could be anywhere. We need to stop them before they wreak even more havoc. As you search for them, take out any underworld troops that cross your path.
But I don't want a Lady Palutena, I want to go.
Great! Yeah!
Alright, we're going to break this pot, because this pot has a key. Then we're going to run to this door over here. It'll open up here, and then we'll wait right across from this gate.
Go to the courtyard ahead and I'll grant you a
That
gift.
gate is where we continue through with the chapter, but there's going to be a little mini boss right
I'm
about
ready for
here.
that gift now, Lady Palutena.
All right then.
And because she's psycho, she put monster luring perfume on
What
Pit.
just happened?
Do you like the gift? It's my patented monster pheromone. Monsters just...
Whew, that was dicey.
Bye,
I
Hydra.
don't think I'll be using the monster pheromone in the future.
I would hope not.
Okay, now we dash over this way.
Need to use it.
And there's going to be a little shield enemy.
I located the other head. Let's go
Kill that off, and down here. Down here, we're going to dash to the left.
Storms give off a toxic cloud when they expire.
Whip around here, and on this jump pad.
Melee them to avoid getting poisoned.
Then it's 3 sets of enemies.
The other Hydra head is regenerating its body at the lake.
You don't think you don't have 3 heads again, do you?
I hope not. Their bickering was intolerable.
Haven't really seen Pit keep that for that long.
That's an underworld. It's an ambush.
Yeah, that's right. My ambush. You're going down, monsters.
It's weird that she queued up that line. She doesn't really do that all too often.
I think we're finally close to the last Hydra head.
Palutena doesn't understand what a speedrun is. You're right, she does not.
Forward dash attack.
You're right, forward dash attack works.
That's another one of Medusa's commanders out of the way.
Alright, that's 3 down and into chapter 4. Probably my least favorite chapter of the set. Only because Reapers. Frickin' Reapers, dude. When I was just starting out in this game, it was just non-stop Reaper after Reaper in this chapter. And once they have their attention on you, they move pretty quickly and they have a pretty wide swing for Scythe.
From the underworld?
Nothing compared to the Mimikyu, which we will not see during this run, but yeah.
I'm getting worked up just thinking.
Why did I choose this game to speedrun?
Anyway, about the
Good
Reaper.
question.
Sorry, go on.
So we're talking all the way back around, I want to say like 2015.
Which is where?
2015, I'm sitting down, just graduated high school, going into first year of college. And I was just getting into Twitch at the time, so started watching streams and
Silence
whatnot.
means we have to go there, doesn't it?
And some of my first streams were watching speedruns. So it was Super Mario Odyssey, Sunshine. No, not Odyssey. Odyssey wasn't out yet. 64. 64, Sunshine, that sort of thing. Kind of just caught my eye. And Kid Icarus Uprising was the game that I played all the time back at that time. So I figured, hey, may as well try to learn it, right?
Why can't you see Pandora's location?
So I looked up the speedruns and whatnot, and it honestly didn't look too difficult.
Maybe.
And I figured, considering I put so much time into this game anyway, may as well get some records, right? But yeah, that's a pretty simple SparkNotes version as to why I got into this game specifically. I have done other games. I've done Mario Party, and I am learning Mario Kart DS. I haven't touched it in a couple weeks, but
Are
yeah.
they? Reaper eyes?
This is really bad.
We need to find you a safe route.
Let's go.
Down there is
Of course it is.
This ravine should take you to the Reaper Fortress. But it's tight, so be careful. If you get stuck, I won't have time to get you out.
Man, things are really heating up. Time to bust through here. Full speed ahead.
Excellent idea, Pit. Actually, I have the same thought. Let me help.
It's funny how she says she won't have time to get me out, even though, like, all of that is, like, open sky.
Hang on.
But, yeah, sure, whatever, Palutena.
Baby, it's only wind. I mean, at least it's not poison or acid wind. Then you'd be in real trouble.
Ooh, lucky me. Right, because wind on itself isn't deadly. Sure, Palutena, sure.
You're heading into a cave now. Be careful.
Boom. Then one explodey, two explodey, and whip the camera. I think I got Happy Trigger. Yeah. Expect the constant charge shots.
There are many enemies ahead.
I'll take care of them.
I mean, you really don't need to, Pip. They were just enjoying their
It looks like
day,
a dead
but...
end.
Okay.
There must be a way out. Down there. I'm getting you out.
I think we're gonna see a couple Reapers up ahead here.
I doubt those underlings managed
Yep.
to get
One there, one there. There's gonna be one on this side.
back in power.
And back to the regular caves.
You're almost there. 3, 2, 1, contact.
And laser beams.
Oh, it's hot here.
Oh, Pit, you haven't seen Chapter 10 yet.
You'll have to break through the front.
I gotta say, even though this is my least favorite chapter, it does have some pretty strong music, so at least it has that going for it. After some load, we got
Are you all
this.
Never better.
We're gonna go to the right,
Then let's get moving. The force obscuring
past
Pandora
this
is
Reaper,
deep
up
within
these
his
stairs.
Considering this is the Reaper forces, there really aren't very many Reapers.
There must be a huge soul
Easy
harvest
peasy,
going on
right?
somewhere.
What do you mean?
There's this spinny thing that we have to wait for.
When a being dies, they take its
Either
soul
that or
to
I go
the
way
world.
up in the air, which
Humans probably
is
started
not
another
necessary by
war.
any means.
A lot more souls to deal with.
Why are they always fighting? So sad and pointless.
Yes,
There's
but
gonna
we
be
gods
another
fight
Alolan
too.
Whalmer right here.
Humans are always caught in the middle.
And then a turtle.
War against the underworld army is causing the Reapers to work overtime.
I'm the one who should be working overtime.
And
Them
continue on.
soul harvesting.
There's gonna be a
Humans get
souffle right
frustrated
there.
and destructive when we gods don't provide for the
And
purpose.
Eggplant Wizard.
An eggplant wizard.
But I don't want to be an eggplant again.
You don't have
Back
to.
when you had to visit a nurse to
Just
get
get the
fixed
eggplant
up,
emoji. It's
remember?
basically the same
I
thing,
was
Pet.
there so much they named the place after me. Hospital? Get it?
Okay, now that section I had to be a little careful in,
Okay to laugh.
because if I fell down, there was a
Anyway,
there was a pretty bulky enemy down there named a Clubber Skull.
What am I going
If
to
you
do?
played Smash Run on the 3DS, you would have seen it then. It's basically this enemy that, once it wakes up, is very, very
Thanks,
angry.
Lady Palutena.
Alright, so we kill off these, and then there's gonna be an X-Bomb right about here. And go up here.
Nice, another grind rail.
This one works a bit differently. As you're riding it, shoot the targets on the walls. This will extend the rail.
I'm
to
sorry,
the
I'm
finish.
not sure what puddling is. Could you clarify for me?
Keep in mind that you can try it as many times as you need to.
Alright, so last slow fane's gonna be right there. Hit that. And at top of grind rail is right there, but can't speed up this part, so just gotta sit through it. Then we got an elevator. Let's head down that. Normally I use a lightweight here, but I figured it'd be better in that longer section.
Well, well, it appears that this place is equipped with some hot springs.
I could use a little R&R right
I'm sure you could, Pit. I'm sure you could use a little R&R. But that don't matter.
What is that thing?
That Great Reaper must be the one who's hidden Pandora's Labyrinth of Deceit. This area, now, finish it!
Try and Palutena.
How? The light coming from its head.
There we go.
All done.
Nice work, Pit.
Okay, that's 4 down and into my favorite chapter from the set, Chapter 5. If you were here way earlier in the stream, you'll remember the Yoshi's Island game, where once Yoshi hits that little poffin, it kind of
Your
gives him a little acid trip.
destination is Pandora's Labyrinth of Deceit.
This entire chapter is a little bit
The
of an
Reaper
acid trip.
certainly hit it well.
What are you talking about?
Like, it starts simple
I don't
enough,
see anything.
and then all of a sudden, Xbox logo right there.
Whoa.
And here
You
we
cannot
have
tell me
space
that's not
for
Xbox. I will always see that as Xbox.
Okay. This is getting weird.
You'd have to be pretty out there to base your
It just gets
operations on a
trippier
place
from
like
here.
this.
Well, Pandora has always been pretty out there.
It's true. The goddess of calamity even looks pretty out there. I guess it's no surprise that the path to her would be as twisted as she is.
Twisted. I'd say unhinged is more like.
Yeah, it's a little scary, Black.
What's that?
How you doing, Star Fox?
Pandora's Labyrinth of Deceit.
Yeah, the low Metroids.
This is not what I expected.
Funny you bring that up too. They make a joke about that like way later in the game. Actually, during my least favorite chapter in this entire game too.
This is crazy.
In this game, the little Metroids are called Kameidos.
Pandora's trying to psych you out.
Pandora come up with this stuff.
Messing with people is what she does best.
Alright, resolve those. Then there's some on the wall right here.
Not again.
Uh-huh. Another psych out.
No, not Star Fox, Metroid. And the reason for that too is
Going
Kid
down.
Icarus and Metroid, like the original games, were developed as sister games. So with the development of the original Kid Icarus, it was one guy, and it was working on it for a pretty long time. He had a team starting off, but it just eventually became himself. I think most of the sprite work is actually done by one guy. But anyway, they're working on it, and they eventually get to a point at Nintendo where they come to check on him, and they're like, what the hell happened?
Get to us. I have to hustle.
And he explains the situation. They give him a deadline, and they give him all the help they can by giving him the team from the just completed Metroid game.
Say that.
And they brought everything back up to speed. The guy wanted to work on it more, but he was basically told that if there wasn't any bugs in the game at that point, it's done. Put it out for release.
No, I said Pandora. You
And
know,
that's what happened.
hand monster.
For a master of deceit, that's pretty weak. A way out.
Now's your chance.
Wait a second.
How you doing, King Cat? Welcome to
Whoa.
stream.
I'm outside now,
This could be another trick.
but it all seems so real.
It's like we're back in Chapter 1. Oh, but wait, this is an acid trip, so it's gonna do that. And back to it.
Well, this is confusing.
It isn't called the Labyrinth of Deceit for nothing, Pit.
The name is the only straightforward thing about this place.
The path branches again.
Goes left, then right. Pretty simple.
Is this a dead end?
Yes, no?
We're losing our grip here.
No, I just need to think.
Could you think a little faster, please?
I'm getting a handle on things now. Okay, watch out for the columns around you. They'll reflect your light.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'll just shoot all of these. Who needs to be careful in a speedrun, right? And now we're in space.
Okay.
Hurting my head.
I believe we're close to our target.
Then let's do this.
Okay, I'm gonna go left again. Gonna use a special. Just wipe all those out. Oh yeah, of course not. Of course not.
We're nearing the landing spot.
You're sure it's not another illusion, right?
This is one of two landing skips I'm gonna have to do. Basically what happens is Pit lands, and then Palutena realizes, oh wait, gravity's on the other side, so he kind of falls down. But let's just go ahead and skip that, shall we? Did not mean to hit that jump pad. Great.
Goddess of calamity.
We let ourselves in. Hope you don't
Okay, so
mind.
we gotta go here. Then it's the same door here.
Gross! It's a giant bug!
It jumps out of the ground and emits a shockwave when it lands. And technically
And let's go.
speaking, it's not a bug. It's an underworld Giran.
Thanks for the science lesson. Anything else I need to know?
You need to dodge its shockwaves.
No. What I need is a giant bug zapper.
I really need one of those too.
Be careful with that moving wall.
We've got a delicious pit building on the menu today.
Wall moves, we go around.
So what's up with the walls in here?
And with that, we gotta hit lightweight. Not because of this room, but because of the next room.
Technically, it's a vehicle of the gods.
I was practicing earlier and I realized if I use this lightweight now, I can actually
Press
catch
the attack button.
this lift, which means I actually
Those
save a
orange
couple
platforms
seconds.
seem to spell something.
Oh,
And that carries into this giant hallway as well.
It says P-A-N-D-O-R-A. It doesn't seem like there's much to decode here.
well, that was a letdown.
You're just jealous of my massive interior design and my class of spelling.
Yes, I'll never have powers like yours.
Alright, and the part I messed up a couple times last time I ran this game. So I'm gonna be a little careful with the Exotank.
Use the attack button to get in.
Long story short, it uses both the circle pad and the touchscreen to control, making it a little bit of a mess. That being said, if they ever put Pit into Mario Kart, he has a cart already.
A ramp has appeared next to the starting point. Take it up to move forward.
You know I appreciate your help, Lady Palutena. I'd be totally fine without all this hand-holding, too.
Alright, we're gonna use another lightweight here. Something to accelerate walking in this case.
To project a certain aura of toughness.
We understand. Rules of being a boss.
Woo.
Pandora's just up ahead. It's
Alright.
time for you to...
Probably the most careful way I've ever taken on that chapter, but at the same time, no slip up, so that's good.
Okay, whatever. Okay. I'll give you what you came for.
You're not Rihanna. Hi, Scotty Boy. Hi, Zero Lag Gaming. How you guys both doing? Welcome to stream, friends. Right now, we are in the middle of a Kid Icarus Uprising Medusa % speed run. Alright. And on to Chapter 6. Best music in the first act. Just listen.
I've located Dark Pit.
Where is he? Ow!
After I drain hearts, I'm just gonna let the music play.
Finally caught up. What is your problem?
Oh, I already knocked him out of it. Basically, the lore behind Dark Pit, how it goes is, in Chapter 5, there's that Mirror of Truth
Are you with the Underworld Army?
that we destroyed. That Mirror of Truth
Don't
made a
be
copy of
ridiculous.
Pit's,
I just don't like the idea of someone
who is
copying
aptly
my
named
act.
Dark Pit.
What? But you're
Dark
a
Pit
copy
is an
too.
incomplete copy
Come
of
on now, think
Pit's.
If I was
He's kind of a mirror
copying
copy,
my own butt,
a mirror copy of his soul, but at the same time, he's not directly affiliated with the Underworld Army and has motives of his own. So he's not exactly a one-for-one copy. And back to enemies.
Underworld Army's here too.
You're a real go-getter, Dark Pit. I like that.
That's
Yes, though I am curious how you plan to best your doppelganger.
not happening.
Did I say something funny?
You've got me confused with the other guy. This pit is no pawn. I'll take care of it, but only after I finish you.
Just the music, though, my god.
I know, right? The mouth on this guy. I'd never talk like that.
That's not what I meant.
Sorry, he can be a little thick.
Trying to DeviantArt in multiple ways.
Dark Pit, so his allegiance should be to the Underworld Army.
I wonder if the mirror cracked before the copy was complete.
So that explains it.
So if Dark Pit isn't with the Underworld Army, does that mean I don't have to fight him?
You wish, Pit, you
Dark
wish.
Pit is fundamentally wicked and destructive.
Yeah, tell me about it.
He will attack anything.
Does seem pretty aggro.
He was created from you, Pit. He could very well be manifesting your dark side. His very existence is unnatural. He must be eliminated.
Okay. I mean, it's still weird to me, but it makes sense when you explain it.
I mean, your hair color is unnatural, Palutena. Should that be eliminated? I don't think so, no. So, leave the Angel Boy alone, okay? Thank you.
Let me get this straight. The Mirror of Truth was replicating monsters. So now that it's broken, the Underworld Army can't generate new troops, right?
If that were the case, their numbers would be shrinking, but that's not happening.
And where else can Meduse be getting her reinforcements from?
Dark Pit is already a Pit Echo.
Very strange about them.
But it was actually in the first announcement for Smash.
Specifically, their souls.
So how do we get to the bottom of this?
For one thing's for certain, Meduse is the source of all this trouble. But Dark Pit presents the more immediate threat. For now, just keep the heat on him.
The first two Echo Fighters announced, Aaron, were Dark Pit and Lucina. Lucina being from Marth.
You don't seem too upset that we took out one of your top commanders, Medusa.
Pandora may be gone, but her powers live on in Dark Pit.
Another astute observation from the supreme leader of the Underworld.
My, aren't you prickly? Even so, your power of flight seems to outlast Palutena's.
I can't say I'm not envious.
I'll let her get to you.
However, who's to say that his power won't eventually run out?
Yeah, after all.
Hit, that's not something you should bring up at all.
Horrendous fuel economy, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
I guess we're both bad at flying.
5 minutes for anything besides driving on a highway is not a good defense. Never use it.
Look over there!
What's he doing with that?
Using me for target practice!
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, Dark Pit, if you really want to be on the baseball team, this is not the way to do it. And he's out.
What is that place?
They look like ruins of some sort.
I better land soon.
And I'd better get started on deploying my troops.
Come on! Is that really necessary?
Alright, once we hit the ground section here, it's a little RNG based in the fact that Dark Pit will go to 2 of 4 random locations. How you know where he goes is based on an enemy that you'll see by the fountain.
Somewhere within these ruins is Pitu.
So, let's see where we're led.
No, Pitu. As in pit.
Okay, we got the
two,
Mono Eye,
as
and
in
he is
dark
going
pit.
towards
Pretty great nickname I came up with, huh?
this area.
Not as great as Patui, right? Or Patui spotted.
Let's use the Cherobot here. Cherobot is lovely. Just backhand Dark Pit. Easy peasy.
Thea, he got away!
It's okay, he couldn't have gone far.
Where's he at?
I think you'll be able to find Pitu at the end of the trail.
Oh,
The area by the
God
fountain seems
damn
like
it.
a good place to start looking. Pitu is on top of the mountain up ahead.
Whenever he's on the mountain, that's
I don't know,
100%
there's
time
talking
loss.
over this
It's
landing staff pit.
It's by far the longest, because not only do you have to get to the top of the mountain,
Phew. It was kind of tiring making it all the way
but you also have to wait a little bit for the jump pad to get back down.
Little pest. Trying to escape again?
You only need to defeat him one more time.
Then let's go! Let's do it! And here's a giant grind rail.
Stay on him.
And by giant, I mean giant. We're going to be on this thing for a little bit. Anything you want to bring up, Palutena? No? Okay. Usually on this grind rail on the way up, she starts talking about how Pit's feathers are balding and how she wants to give him a comb over to hide the bald spots. I think we got over there a little too quick for that this time, though. There's also other random conversations about how Pit wants to be a goldfish and then some sort of chicken joke.
Who are you calling a puppet?
I don't get it. Pit's a very interesting character in terms of his humor. But yeah, that's 6 down, and we are headed to Chapter 7. With probably the most eccentric boss out of Act 1, Thanatos.
Duty calls and Pit answers.
I don't know, Nom, but how are you?
We need to refocus our efforts on Medusa. So today's target is Thanatos, god of death.
Thanatos? You mean the Thanatos?
Wait, who's Thanatos again?
Back in the 80s, Thanatos took the form of a snake on Medusa's head. He's quite the chameleon, you see, and that was his look back then.
Great fashion sense. But as god of death, he must be a big deal in the underworld army.
He possesses a key to the underworld, and he's leading Medusa's invasion of the sea.
Nerf Pit? No, he needs all the boosts, guy. All of them.
Tell me, Pit, how are you with brachial respiration?
Oh, no worries. I minored in brachial respiration. Wait, you're crazy.
Okay, just hold your breath then. For about
No,
2 hours.
not Thanos.
Crazy?
Not Thanos, guy.
I smell the ocean.
We're heading to Thanatos' base, the Seafloor Palace.
Totally different
You were
character.
kidding about holding my breath, right?
Watch and learn, pupil. Witness the true power of the goddess of light. Ready, set, dum da da dum.
You've outdone yourself, Lady Palutena.
How did I first get a following when I started streaming? That is a good question. I would say networking. To be completely honest, at the time I was friends with a couple of streamers and YouTubers in general,
This is just one more bullet point
so I was
on your
able to talk to them and at least get something off the ground.
What can I say?
By no means am I big, although I am going to try to push for a partnership coming October.
Huh?
But yeah, it was mostly networking and then trying to keep a consistent schedule from there. Like for example, if you stream, let's say you stream 3 days in a row, okay?
See, parting
And then you don't stream again for, let's say 3 weeks after that. Everything that you did in those 3 days is going to be completely gone. Because even if they did like you, they're going to move on to someone else. And that's just a matter of Twitch being Twitch, you know? 3 weeks, that's 21 days. That's 21 days for someone to watch someone else. And therefore, 21 days for someone to get you out of their mind.
We're going deeper now.
In terms of games, though, it was definitely Kid Icarus to start off, but there was also Pokemon, and I still do plenty of Pokemon as well. It was mainly those 2 games, but I've started branching out more into variety. Like, when I get back home, the first thing I'm going to be streaming is Danganronpa. Never played the series before, so that's going to be fun. We're playing Platinum right now, we're playing Heart Gold, all sorts of other stuff.
You have my word.
and mine too.
I also have to play Luigi's Dark Mansion soon. I bought it several months ago. Literally have not opened the box to play the game.
But I sunk it long ago.
Sunk it? That's a bit extreme.
Humans consist of equal parts hubris, envy, and deceit. Sometimes one has to put them in their place.
We do that all the time, though, Poseidon. That's called Twitter.
True. But don't forget the old saying that every coral has its thorns.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of roses.
And I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of coral.
What? Yeah, please don't spoil the game for me. Please.
Only a little longer until we reach the palace. From there, we'll defeat Thanatos and take his key to the underworld.
terms of ground sections, this chapter is probably the most tedious. In fact, there's a whole bunch of hallways and a whole bunch of gauntlets. And none of it's really connected, making lightweight use a little weird to figure out.
Look, that's the seafloor palace. I thought it'd be covered in barnacles and kelp, but it's actually very nice.
I'll be closing up the sea now. It should wipe out any underworld stragglers.
Just give us one more moment.
Please, I'm not wearing a life vest.
Since we're not going to get to a different arc of the game today, I will tell you right now that Poseidon and Pyron both have the same voice actor. So if you don't know Pyron, he's this very eccentric sun god.
Close now.
Like, very whimsical, very goofy type of sun god.
Thanks for your help.
And then you have Poseidon here, who's very, very calm. Excuse me? No. Thanks.
Is that you, Thanatos?
But yeah, same voice actor. So if that tells you the range of anything on that guy.
Have
Yeah.
we met before?
I'm wounded. Truly I am. I know it's been a while, but surely you haven't forgotten your old foe.
Sorry. There's just so many foes. and
So
only
Pyron
one
is
me.
Johnny
You know
Bravo.
we've crushed Medusa's
I wouldn't
other
say
enemies,
that.
Thanatos.
He is not a womanizer, but he is pretty self-important.
Impatient as always, I see. But since you've come all this way, wouldn't you like to stay and catch up for a bit? Oh, pretty please.
No.
So you're not going to give up the key.
I do not want to catch up with you, sir.
All huffy now. I'll have you know that I much prefer honey to vinegar, and I prefer witty repartee.
And I wish to cut you off. Thank you.
Everything okay?
You just surprised me.
There are more holes in the floor around you, so be careful. It makes us both look bad when you fall. Oh, and it hurts too.
Unfortunately, the holes aren't by Shia LaBeouf, so not exactly the most fun with those. Come up here, there's a
Aren't we here
bridge.
already?
Let's go.
Yes, but there's good news. A new path has appeared. Follow it to move forward.
Alright, there's 1, 2, and then 3 is over there. Gonna take this flame power up and head to the giant elevator. By giant, I mean giant.
Well, that's convenient.
Going up.
To a point where we make a joke about it.
Now approaching the second floor.
This play-by-play really isn't necessary.
Now approaching the third floor.
God damn it, Thanatos, stop.
You two ignored me.
That was a nice slide. That was nice. Alright, so we're gonna whip around this part right here.
The monster
And
situation-
trapdoor.
Just your run-of-the-mill trapdoor. Shake it off and keep moving.
Let's do it. I use the ever lightweight here simply because it is a longer hallway.
This polite enemy, it's called a vacuum.
So what's its deal?
It absorbs the energy of ranged attacks and then fires it back at you with a laser. Until it fires at you, though, it remains protected by an armored shell.
Well, if it's hungry for shots,
I feel like Pit
the
would
only thing
know
to do
something like
is
that by
shoot it.
now, though,
I'll
considering
get
he's
it out
fought a
that
couple
shell
of them
any way I have to.
in the air.
What's this?
1 in
Looks like a
chapter
moving
6, mind you.
platform. Stay on it.
Let me jazz things up for you a smidge. We do have to keep things interesting.
So, have to be very careful on this part. I've dropped off here a couple times and it sends you all the way back to
Curious about
start.
something, Thanatos.
Yes.
With lightweight, it's even trickier because one little touch can
And
send
if
you
the
flying.
underworld is the land of the dead, why don't you outrank Medusa?
I'm not really interested in climbing the corporate ladder. You wouldn't believe the amount of overtime you have to put in. Plus, that sort of strict hierarchy isn't the underworld style.
You're avoiding my question.
What was that? You seem to be cutting out. La 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 la. I can't hear you.
What a professional.
Hard to get a good read on him. Can't tell if he's weird or just thin.
Very professional. Oop, sent him flying. There's that, and there's that. Now into the door for Thanatos. Thanatos is a trickier boss, considering he has 3 forms that he'll go into. And there's 2 of them that we really do not want to see. There's something that's like a rushing nesting doll.
Don't be surprised if he
And there's a jar. That's the nesting doll.
Wait, inside Thanatos?
And that's why I held off on using lightweight.
Already sell these in the gift shop.
Because jar, that's a lot easier to use trade-off on.
Really? How much harm could
Ever heard of athlete's foot?
Go away, Zubats. You're not wanted.
And neither is that. This is getting...
Get him out of here. Just get him out of here. I'm done with him. Alright, now let's head into Chapter 8. Probably one of the goofier chapters considering premise. You'll see why I think it's goofy towards the end, though, because it's more of a boss type thing. This is the first chapter where you fight something besides underworld enemies.
Let's go!
Space pirates. If the similarities to Metroid
With
weren't
Medusa's
apparent
commanders out of the way,
before,
we're getting to
space
the battle
pirates.
of battles. But this isn't the way to the underworld. Where are we going?
I'm a little embarrassed to say.
Also, prettiest
What is
chapter
it?
in Act 1 right here.
Remember the 3 sacred treasures you used against Medusa long ago?
Of course. The Mirror Shield, Arrow of Light, and Wings of Pegasus.
Right. I hid them in case of an emergency. You know, so they wouldn't get stolen.
Now that's using your noodle.
Mm-hmm.
You are so smart.
The story doesn't end there. See, there's also this space pirate ship.
Wait, what?
God damn it,
Yeah, a
Palutena.
pirate ship. In space. Its crew travels the galactic sea, robbing the heavens of constellations.
That's awesome. I mean, evil. But what does that have to do with the 3 sacred treasures?
Well, I hid the 3 sacred treasures in
Yes.
the constellations.
So the pirates stole the treasures along with the stars?
And the underworld army has gotten wind of it. They're attacking the ship.
Oh, great.
Which brings us to today's mission. Raid the pirate ship and retrieve the 3 sacred treasures.
I'm on it. And I'm going really fast.
We're already late, so we have to hurry. Hold on.
Oh, thank you, Tinios. We got this. I don't think I've gotten into this chapter in under 50 minutes before, so feeling pretty damn good right now. And now we're in space. Well, deeper space, but space.
So the 3 sacred treasures are pretty old now. Do they still work?
Maybe.
More brittle with age, but they'll likely last a few more battles.
Yeah, no.
Not exactly inspiring confidence here.
Well, maybe you don't even need them anymore. Don't be such a chicken.
We don't need them. We're not actually going to be using them.
I could take Medusa with
Make
one
this
arm tied
whole
behind
fetch
my
quest
back.
pointless.
Listen to that swagger. You've toughened up nicely, Pit. Remember when you'd be like, unfinished all the time?
I still say that. A lot.
Okay, Pit, no one needs to know about your private woohoo time. Do not say you're finished. Thank you. And through the Colgate tube of toothpaste into very pretty space.
Man, what a sight.
You've arrived at the galactic sea.
There's a couple enemies here. That's not the main attraction of this area, though. Okay, so in a little bit, we're gonna see a yellow bar. We can either go over the bar or under the bar.
The pirate ship should be around here somewhere.
I'm gonna go under,
Where?
because I kind of like how the music goes from, like, kind of muted out to a very loud orchestra type thing. And you'll hear that once we get back above water.
The pirate ship wasn't messing around.
Also, let's just think about that for a second. We're underwater, but we're in space. How does that work again? Last I checked, there's not just flumes of water pouring all over the place. This isn't Mario Galaxy. And above water.
I think I see the ship. It's under attack by underworld forces.
Good. That means the treasures are still on board.
So the plan now is to defend the ship?
Yeah, no.
To get the treasures, you need to take out those space pirates too. Plus, just think how lonely the sky would be without constellations. Don't hold back.
The guy has Pit, it's not gonna be lonely, period. Because we're versus Pit versus Underworld monsters.
I'm looking for an entrance. Hold tight.
Just one idea, Palutena. How about... I know this is gonna be a stretch here for you. I'll tell you once we turn around. It's gonna be a large open platform you can fly on, where if a boss kind of happens to spawn, could we not land there? Like, we could land right where those lasers are going. Instead, her opening is the literal side of a ship, not the gap. Not the gap that's sitting right there, but the literal side of a ship. Like, sure, that's an opening now. Fine. Whatever you say, Palutena.
Not that I'm complaining. Could you be a little gentler next time?
Sorry about that. Are you okay?
Those are the space pirates. I get the feeling they won't just hand over
Alright,
the
let's go.
sacred treasures.
They might even be tougher than the underworld forces. Be careful.
I usually end up falling off the sides at least once in the later parts of this chapter, so I gotta try to be a little careful. Okay, so we're gonna run to about here, fall down here, and there's this door.
This is the generator room.
What's that shining in the glass?
That's where energy from the galactic sea is converted into propulsive power. As long as the ship remains in the galactic sea, it can run indefinitely.
So, I should destroy the shiny thing.
Never destroy a shiny thing. Has Pokemon taught you nothing, Pet?
Enormous.
Sounds hurty.
Well, not quite where I meant to use it, but that's fine.
The underworld army really wants in on this one.
Okay, that's gonna bring this up.
I see.
See what?
This must be a storage vault for the stolen constellations. They've all been compressed for easy transport.
Pit,
What
thank
about
you.
the 3 sacred treasures?
Unfortunately, they don't seem to be here.
And this enemy is called an Anthony and Tim.
I wonder if he's wearing them.
Then it's
Actually,
always
no.
an emergency.
That's not Anthony and Tim. I think Anthony Holland or something along those lines.
This is the side of the ship's hull.
It's been a while since I looked up that
Use the
guy's name.
postcard.
But they each have names and it's adorable. It's also one of the few enemies that are returning from the second game instead of the first.
Switch, huh?
That's what it looks like.
Probably does something.
They usually do.
I'm just gonna install a fake switch pit.
It looks like your wings are losing feathers, Pit.
There's the balding
Noticed.
conversation.
I guess you're right.
I wonder if your wings are going bald.
Why would you even say that?
Sorry, it just
Well,
sort of
didn't mean to
slipped
fall,
out.
but we can recover.
If you just kind of push the other feathers
Swap
over the
a
bald
little
spot.
carefully.
I am not doing a comb over.
I set up a grind rail for
She
you
usually
outside
brings
the
it up
ship.
once per run. I don't really understand
I'm
why.
pretty limited in where I can put grind rails. Luckily, the underworld forces cleared out a lot of clutter.
Where's this thing go?
To the ship's control room.
Oh, so the thing that I don't like about this grind rail, there's underworld enemies that spawn.
Stuff back.
They don't give you any points. They don't give you any hearts. Why do they exist? Is it just to give me something to do, or what? And let's go in here for a little enemy bash.
This place is
Gonna
crawling
kill
with
off a
underworld
turtle.
enemies, too.
Just keep pushing
Then
forward.
space pirates. Gonna turn around, there's a lowland whalemer, get that out of here. Get rid of that. There's those two enemies, and that door is gonna open. That's a Clubber Skull, that's awake. You'll see how it acts. It's very pretty, as you can tell.
This elevator will take you to the pirate captain.
I am so swabbing the deck with that jerk.
Sure you are, Pit. Sure you are. Except not, because we don't fight the Space Pirate Captain, we fight a giant frickin' Kraken.
That came out of nowhere.
What's it even doing here?
The galactic sea is home to all sorts of nasty creatures.
So it's not affiliated at all with the underworld army?
Either way, you better do something about those tentacles.
Understood.
Although, when viewed correctly, octopus.
Calamari!
Easy peasy.
What a sucker.
Easy peasy. Hey, someone used the little squid emotes. Proud of you. Proud of you, Tinios. And now for final chapter, chapter 9. You're gonna see that little icon. Well, actually you won't. It's on the bottom screen. There's a little icon that sets you to do the free sacred treasures. I turned that off because it locks you into a bow. And I kind of prefer my claws. So we're gonna run with that.
I'm all set.
Are you ready for the final battle, Pit?
It's now or never.
Oh, you won't be using the 3 sacred treasures?
The sacred treasures look cool, but I'm going with my weapon of choice.
Good answer.
In case, though, let's take the Pegasus wings too.
Now it's funny she brings this up, because if you do take the free sacred treasures, she literally turns off the Pegasus wings. Because she doesn't know how reliable they are. However, when we don't take them, she brings them anyway.
I'm taking you in.
Make up your mind, Palutena. Do you want them or not?
Look at those trail tails drawing lines.
Or trails, right?
Maybe.
Probably.
I don't advise shooting for a little bit. These flies here will react to your fire.
Don't shoot, huh? Let's shoot.
They're onto me.
Let's just shoot them all, right? Easy peasy.
I think we're out of shoot fly territory.
Alright, then we got this little hallway.
Should be up ahead.
I
And
hope the
this
temple
part
vanishes.
makes me the most scared. If we had the free sacred treasures, this would be no issue. Because we could just kill the Orns with that. However, because I do not have the free sacred treasures, I gotta try to dodge all these. So I'm gonna go upper right. Phew.
Thanatos' gem is shiny.
That means we're good to go. Get ready.
And in we go.
The underworld.
Finally made it. That's a whole lot of enemies.
Well, we are on their home field.
Mm-hmm.
Home or away, I fight to win.
In your past adventures, the underworld was where you died the most, right?
Oh, absolutely. The difficulty level was just brutal. I'll brace for the worst.
The metal backs on boogities resist everything.
I love how her name is Boogities.
So be
I
careful.
don't know why that makes me so happy, but it does. It really, really does. And here comes Pitu.
Pitu! What did you just call me? What are you doing? The same thing you're doing. Pummeling underworld fools. I'm just way better at it.
Uh-huh, sure.
Maybe you also sense that Pit could use your help.
Don't make me laugh. Now enough talk. Fighting to be done. I'm out of here.
You can't be edgy and say the words talky talk.
But I can handle this on my own.
Like if it's only ever something you usually hear a mother say or a little kid say.
What would I do without you?
And last I checked, Dark Pit is neither. So what are you doing, buddy? And up a giant canyon into Medusa's face.
So, we've made it this far.
Pretty, right?
You better watch your back.
Isn't that just precious? Guess it's all that hot air that keeps you flying. You are, darling. But you'll need more than bluster to defeat me.
This isn't bluster. In the name of the goddess of light, I will defeat you.
Yeah, we got this thing to deal with first.
That's the last line of defense.
Has 4 Triforces on it.
You won't be keeping me out.
That makes it more powerful than Sheik, right? No? Okay.
Why aren't my attacks doing more damage?
And now I just gotta wait.
Well, it is a boss.
So annoying.
He does telegraph his flying attack. If you sit for a bit, he'll zoop around if there's that little purple line. Just get out of the way of that and you'll be fine. And back to it. Okay, Dark Pit, whenever you want to come and face kick this guy, I would be very happy.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Pitu!
Usually takes like 5 shields. That's awesome.
And that's how you take
Thank
out
you,
a
buddy.
boss.
For future reference, face kicking isn't usually this effective.
Get a move on before more defenses show up.
Pitu's right. We should go, even if it means taking orders from him.
Thanks, Pitu. Please stop calling me that.
Hey, get ready to go in.
Alright, so it should be done within 10 minutes here. There's 3 mini bosses that we gotta take care of first, and then some main castle. Oh yeah, go ahead.
We're finally here.
Look at these boss statues.
It seems...
This looks like where I had my first battle.
You've really come a long way since then, haven't you?
I'm sorry, what's going on?
Watch out, Pit. It's a clubber skull.
Yeah, I figured that part out. Got any other ideas of what I should do next?
You'll have to defeat it to advance. Dodge to avoid getting hurt and go in
So
from
we gotta go
melee
up
attacks when you
this
can.
giant thing right here.
Aye, aye, Lady Palutena.
Oh, you guys don't hear him. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry. Alright, we're gonna go right here and kill off this
I'll
thing.
handle this.
Oh, okay, okay. I got a little confused there. I'm sorry.
All right. Twin bellows. Here, boy. Good dog.
Thank you, doggo. Now please sit down and I'll give you a treat. Thank you. Not gonna lie, on my next paycheck, I kind of want to get Nintendogs and
I'm at the
Cats.
castle entrance.
I don't know why I've been feeling that series massively lately.
Now this is one place I wish I could forget.
The labyrinth of deceit.
Whoa!
Alright.
What just happened?
So Labyrinth
I
of
think it's
Deceit this
used to
time
work
is
as
a lot different. Like, with Twin Bells, it was obviously a little different. Town area was much bigger and that sort of thing.
You seem to be passing between the
This
floors.
area, though.
How very strange.
This area works
telling
with an
me?
entirely different gimmick. We gotta hit that and roll back.
Hey, a secret area.
You're one step
Then over
closer to
here.
getting out of this place.
And then over here. We could take the Chero buff I was saying off to the right, but honestly, Beam Claws goes just a little quicker. But yeah, it's just another gauntlet. Kill off everything in sight.
Pandora.
Hi, Pandora. How are you?
Round two.
Seems Medusa.
Slay complete.
Bye, lady. And let's take on Hydra now. The last boss that we gotta take on.
Okay, next.
Just one more to go before Medusa.
Let's do it. Hydra here, it's probably the most mirrored over version. It actually takes out a quick section.
Oh, this place again.
So that's
This
pretty
looks
nice.
Like where you fought the Hydra.
So you take this. Okay, let's try that again. We take this. And there's all these snakes up here. After this guy, but there's gonna be a lot of snakes. Like, more snakes than there are in Metal Gear Solid. Just a lot of snakes. Like, there's those snakes, and then there's these snakes. I mean, to be fair, it is Medusa. There's bound to be snakes, but...
Head into that
snakes.
well. The Hydra is behind that door.
Yeah, let's go.
Hydra. Your chances of winning are lower than your belly button, which is really low.
You're pretty far
It's
back, huh?
not wrong about that.
If we defeat Medusa, we save the world.
Okay, so that would be a typical one cycle type thing. He pops back up. And done.
Really defeated.
Now we gotta go take on Medusa. Medusa, for some reason, is back the way that we came in. I don't know how that makes sense. Maybe she borrowed a little PCP from Pandora, but yeah, it's back this way.
Destroy Medusa.
The path to Medusa is back the way you first came in.
How's that even possible?
Here, Scuttler.
Just like in air battles, these shoot flies respond to shots being fired.
I'm sorry, what shoot flies? I didn't see any. Kind of flew through that room, lady.
After all, it was you who turned me into a monster. It was you who hunted me down.
You shouldn't blame me for that. I only reflected in your appearance what I saw in your heart.
And what about your heart? I can only imagine what resides there.
This room, I had one specific issue. So I was trying to figure out a way to quicken up this room,
We all know
because you gotta wait a little bit and then kill off one enemy,
You shut
and then you can move on from there.
Lady Palutena
That
is
Scuttler that
nothing
we just took
like
out,
you.
I hit
Who
one
turns
time
people to
before he
stone
came
and
up,
poisons the rivers?
and he kind of got stuck under the
And
thing,
who is leading the
meaning the
underworld
third enemy wouldn't pop up,
And
meaning
how?
I soft locked
Not Lady
myself.
Palutena. You're the one
So I try my hardest
responsible
just to
for
leave him
Medusa.
alone.
But what I don't get is how you managed to resurrect yourself in the first place.
I suppose I don't really understand how that happened either.
And Grand Rail.
You're done with me.
I don't remember what happened. My memories aren't what they were.
You're slipping, Medusa. Your mind isn't all there anymore. And I can sense that your
Oh,
life
the
force
voice
is
actress
weaker
for
than
Medusa, by the way.
Twin
Cree
bellows,
Summer.
you draw Pandora,
You
and
might
Inferno
remember
is
her
all
from
in
Codename Kids Next Door's Number 5, as well as a whole bunch of other stuff.
Stay in this castle. I will spare you.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, it hardly matters how I return. What matters is why. To exact revenge on you. Turning your little angel into stone is a nice first step.
Yeah, no, not
All you
happening.
want. You don't scare me. I will put an end to you. I'll return to Skyworld victorious.
Okay, so we got this little platform here. Just zip along that, and we can continue.
Getting closer, yes.
There's nowhere left for you to run.
You know, I'm very much looking forward to your arrival.
I'm sure.
I feel like Rapunzel waiting for her prince.
Sorry to break it to
Yeah,
you.
no.
But those aren't exactly golden locks on your head.
And you're not exactly a brave hero. Yet somehow the thought of our confrontation fills me with anticipation.
Oh,
So hurry to me. I'll strip you of your wings and sever you from the heavens forever.
I don't think so.
yeah, about that last line, Medusa. We don't like you like that. Can you not? Thanks. So there's one boogity, two boogity. There's gonna be this door. Behind this door, there's a switch. Not a Nintendo Switch, just a regular Switch.
Somewhere. Step on the switch and use the lights to guide your way.
I've fallen off the side of this thing so many times, I just gotta be a little careful. Gonna whip around this corner and proceed. And here, there's a flaming diamond. Just hit that, and there goes all the enemies. Hello again, how are you?
There are hidden platforms nearby that you can jump on. First, reveal the platforms, then dash up to a ledge to jump.
Well, that's easy.
Alright, we're gonna hook it to the left. The right is a bit of a trick path, so I try to avoid that. That's a Tempora
It's a
Wizard.
Tempora Wizard.
That Tempora Wizard is a Monka S, if you're just learning how to play this game. Basically, if he hits you, he turns you into a thing of Tempora. The Tempora form, you're slower, and if he catches you, it's a one-shot death. So yeah, try not to make yourself Tempora. It's not a good idea. Okay, so last time I ran across this, I almost ran into an Orn, so I'm just gonna walk.
This appears to be the final guard.
The last step before Medusa's defeat.
There's an Arenas nearby. They split into two paths that you can take out one at a time.
Okay, so I'm gonna use trade-off here. And the reason why I'm using trade-off here is because Medusa is a flight battle, meaning I can't use my power. Therefore, by using trade-off, what I'm doing is bringing myself into crisis mode, well, near crisis mode, and therefore I'm boosting my attack. So all we need to do, really, is just not get hit.
I'm going to try to get you closer.
Thank you kindly.
But
So through those lasers. Through those lasers. And now we're at Medusa. This part's the easy part.
So big that it's hard to get a feel for which shots will hit her. Wow. Warping that huge body must be a real pain.
Now
That is quick. Nice. Let's keep it up.
good news is that I've chained Medusa's legs in place for you. The bad news is that you'll have to get up close to her.
Up close and what?
Her head.
Now this is the Medusa I remember.
She's hideous.
I can't believe she's still fighting like this, but this is a battle we cannot lose.
Yeah, we've already won.
The darkness of the underworld with light.
The fight against
Alright, so
evil
time is
ends
coming
here.
up right about here. As soon as I make this last shot, that's the end. And time.
You did it.
Thank you, thank you. There is a cutscene that I am going to want you guys to watch because, honestly, it's my favorite part of this entire game. So you have Medusa here. You know, freezes up, and then eventually she's going to fade away. Because, you know, dead and whatnot. And then I'll go ahead and explain what's going on the bottom screen here in a little bit. So, after Medusa fades away, it starts playing these fake credits. And it's put into the 90s text. Well, not 90s, 80s text. It's a really, really nice touch. But yeah, Medusa fades away, castle crumbles away, and then this whole thing will start up here in a sec. Not sure why it's crumbling into the sky. That's not how gravity works, but I'm not gonna judge it. It's a castle. Let it do its own thing. Medusa doesn't feel so good. You are not wrong, guys.
You really did it.
Congratulations. I know it wasn't always easy.
Oh, but it was so worth it. With the world at peace.
Good night.
again,
Have a good
even
slap.
the sun feels warmer.
Aw, you're so cute, Pit.
That references the end of the original Kid Icarus and its best ending.
Huh?
Basically,
Did you hear something?
Palutena gives him a
I
kiss.
said, wait just a second.
But here comes the best character in this game. Literally tears away the credits. And there's Hades.
Hades,
Who's Hades?
the true master of the underworld.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but now that I'm here, let's get this party started. Welcome to my underworld, Pretty Pat. You too, Pretty Palutena.
I'm honored you know who I am.
So this little angel took down Big Bad Medusa all by himself. What an accomplishment. Goodness, you should put this on your resume.
What's with this guy?
But before you do, you should know that I whipped up that Medusa especially for you.
Wait, how?
Add a pinch of memories to a ton of souls. Put them in a blender and hit frappe.
Explain yourself.
Her thirst for revenge was so great it seemed a shame to let it go to waste. Oh, Pretty Palutena, you must have done a real number on her.
I won't deny that.
The only thing I'm wondering right now is what is going on with Hades' hair. Like, it's just like flowing, but not in a natural way.
Next to me, little Miss Medusa's going to look like a sweet, cuddly bunny.
No, this can't be happening.
I must bid you adieu.
Again today I will go soaring through the sky. My enemies, I'll dish them up and us to fry. Gracious goddess of light, watches from up above. At dinner time I always show them cut some love.